Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, interesting news that's currently out there circulating. Apparently, and this is a rumor, because we have not been able to validate this through any other valid, reliable outlet. But apparently, Eminem will be performing at the Riyadh season event on August 3rd, headlined by Terence Crawford versus Israil Madrimov. Now, Jay, this is very interesting to me. It feels like they're trying to recreate the magic that occurred on July 29, 2023, when Terence Crawford was successful against Errol Spence. A lot of people spoke specifically to the walkout of Terence Crawford with Eminem, and I don't know. I think you always fail when you try to recreate magic. Now, we already know that they suffered a pretty significant blow to that card with Tim Tszyu having to cancel because of the cut that he suffered from the fight with Sebastian Fundora. And so, subsequent to that, Virgil Ortiz was also removed from the card. I personally felt that was the best fight on the card, and honestly, could have even headlined that card. That was a really good fight there that I think a lot of people were looking forward to. And so they mentioned that the Terence Crawford versus Isreal Madrimov fight would be elevated after that fight was canceled, which I didn't really understand that statement by Turki Al-Sheikh. Elevated to what? Main event? I don't know. But honestly, the fact that they're trying to pull Eminem in and recreate that magic tells me that there's a bit of desperation going on here, Jay, because that really doesn't make any sense. Like, don't get me wrong. Having a famous artist walk you out to the ring, that's awesome. I love it. But they're trying to leverage Eminem as a way, and I don't really know exactly how this is going to work, right? Is Eminem performing during the actual fight? Is he just performing during that weekend? If he's simply performing during that weekend, the Eminem fans will come into town, or Eminem fans that are local will go to that concert, and they are not going to go to a boxing event if they're not truly boxing fans. So to me, that doesn't really make any sense. Is he performing during the fight? Well, guess what? What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, do you want the fights to pause so that you can see Eminem go out there and put on a performance? Like, I don't. This is not the Super Bowl, right? So to me, it reeks of desperation. I think they feel like they're trying to recreate something that occurred and think there's some type of magic that exists between Terence Crawford and Eminem. To me, it sounds like a huge fail because I'm not interested in seeing Eminem go up there and rap. If I'm attending a boxing event, I want to see the fighters fight. If I'm watching on pay-per-view, I'm not buying it to see Eminem perform. I'm not even an Eminem fan, so maybe that's the reason why I feel the way that I feel. But still, I just don't see the point of it, man. Like, even if it was, who is an artist that I like? I guess I really don't like none of these little young artists these days. But let's say it was an artist. Let's say it was Glorilla or somebody like that's really popular right now that resonates in our culture. I still wouldn't be interested in seeing that. I'm like, Glorilla and Kit Kat getting punched in the face don't mix to me. You know what I mean? So it feels desperate to me. It tells me that the card cannot stand on its own. And supposedly this is the best card in North American history. So why is it that you need something like this to help bolster the fight card? You got Terence Crawford, by all accounts from Terence Crawford fans, actually did 700,000 pay-per-view buys on July 29th, 2023, all by him lonesome.
By himself.
All by his lonesome. So why is it necessary for you to try to bolster this fight card with Eminem? I don't get it. Who next? You gonna have the Hot Boys there too? Who else you gonna get from 1999 to 2000? Want to get Dre there as well? How about we pull 50 Cent there? Can we get 50 to do a performance as well? Like, come on, guys. Like, to me, this just reeks of desperation. I don't see the sense in it, Jay. So what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, is this truly gonna happen? Are they truly trying to do this? And to your point, it's a boxing match. I'm not interested in an artist perform. And where are they going to put them at? Are they going to put them after the main event? After the main event, people want to leave. People want to get up out of there because sometimes boxing fans ain't the same fans as the fans of these artists. I don't have a problem with Eminem, as a rapper or anything like that, but it's just like they're grasping for straws to try to make up for this card. Because I'm looking at the fight card. A lot of these fights on here are predictable. I mean, David Morrell is fighting Collegiate. I can't pronounce his name. Mm-hmm. Andy Cruz is a good fighter. He's fighting Antonio Moran. I'm not familiar with Moran. They just threw they got two big babies on this card, bro. Two of them, not one but two now. Gerald Jared Anderson and Gerald Miller both fighting on a card, not fighting each other. They should be fighting each other for the title. Who's the big baby? That would have made it more interesting at the very least. But instead, big baby Gerald Miller is fighting Andy Cruz. Not Andy Cruz, Andy Ruiz, sorry. No one's really asking for that fight. Jared Anderson is fighting Martin Bakole. I've seen Martin Bakole fight before, but not too big on him. And Jared Anderson hasn't looked good in his last few fights either. The best fight now on this card, not named the Tim Tszyu Roger Ortiz, is actually the Pitbull Cruz and Rayo Venezuela. That's a good fight, I think. I really want to see although Rayo stepped up, but Pitbull Cruz just stepped up and beat Rolly for the 140-pound belt. Yep. So I think that's the best fight, really competitive on a card. The rest of these, no one really thinking about the other fighters like that. People want to see Andy Cruz fight for sure. You know, want to see him potentially step up and fight better fighters. But that just lets me know with them adding an artist to it, they're definitely trying to leverage more attraction, more eyeballs on it, more cheeks and seats. How much more is Eminem going to impact this? We don't know. You know, him and Bud have a working relationship, obviously, after he walked him out for the him and Spence fight, which is cool and everything. But we'll see, man. But I think they're definitely using this leverage to try to realize like, hey, it's a lot of fighters on this card, but it's not a lot of good fights on this card.
Yeah, but it's the best card in North American history. When they say that, and then I say, well, it should do 1.5 million buys, then I get pushback. It's streaming. You know how long streaming's been around? Streaming's been around since 2014.
No, it just started for August 3rd this year.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It's a new thing.
Why the streams didn't hurt Canelo Alvarez when he did 800,000 buys with Plant? Why the streams didn't hurt Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis at 1.2? It only
hurts who they really wanted to hurt.
Canelo did 1.1 against Triple G in the third fight. So clearly it can be done. And you're telling me this is the best North American card in history. Why can't it do 1 million buys? Why does it need Eminem? Why can't it stand on its own merit, considering Terence Crawford is the face of boxing according to his fans? I don't get it. The logic doesn't add up to me, Jay. And they call me a hater when I say that the logic doesn't add up. The logic doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. And I know people are gonna be in the comment section saying I know people are gonna be in the comment section saying I'm hating. I'm cool with that. Call me whatever you want to call me. We'll see what Terence Crawford ends up doing. Rumors are that Canelo Alvarez has already turned him down twice. So for all those folks out there that believe that Terence Crawford is getting a Canelo fight, and that Turkey Al-Sheikh gets whatever he wants and that he's going to make that fight happen. Doesn't seem like that's the case so far, but maybe it will still happen.
I got a question for you, Greg.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, if Eminem performs, as is allegedly rumored, how much of the pay-per-view buys and the tens is for Eminem? How much is he bringing to the table then?
Well, it depends on is he performing during the event or is he performing separate from the event? Like I don't know exactly what it is. Is he just performing during the weekend? I would tell you that that's virtually going to have no impact on that fight. So if you actually have Eminem there, he needs to be performing during the fight. If he's not performing during the fight, I don't see it having any impact whatsoever. So that's just my opinion. But
somehow they're attaching it to it, supposedly, if this comes out to be true. But it's speculation.
You guys tell us what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast here on Sports Media, and we are out.